Thank you for coming back, Clemens. I appreciate you taking a second or two to take a little bit of time to learn about the new Chrysler 200. This is the 2015 Chrysler 200. It's been a completely redesigned engine from the ground up. And they offer two new engines. One's a 2.4 liter Tiger Shark engine with multi-air capability, which is at 184 horsepower, and you have capability of 35 miles per gallon. The other option is the Pentastar V6, which pushes out over 295 horsepower and 264 foot-pounds of torque, class-leading power. And you also can get it available with an all-wheel drive system. Now, a lot of times when people talk about the all-wheel drive systems, they don't realize that with this one, it's the most advanced one in the market. You can actually have front-wheel drive only for fuel saving, or you can go to the all-wheel drive model, which is smart enough to know if it's cold enough outside or if it's raining that you need to have your all-wheel drive system already engaged before you get in a situation where you need it. Or you can shift all the way to the rear and drive like a performance sedan. All three capabilities built in with one design. The other thing that they made available is a 9-speed transmission now with this vehicle, which is class leading. Nobody else has 9 speeds in the transmissions. A lot of people say, great, more gears, more confusion. But what it actually does is gives you low-end torque for quick takeoffs, along with the higher gears for the highway, which gets you the best economy. And people say, well, the engines don't rev real high. Well, this one doesn't need to. It does all the work with keeping your RPMs, your engine down low. It makes for a longer life, less noise inside, more of a luxurious feeling, and less maintenance for you in the long run. Come on around this way. When you look at this vehicle, you can see how they push the wheels out to the corners on each one of the vehicles. Also integrated LED technology for lighting, so you give it a very sleek design. This vehicle is actually one of the most aerodynamic in its class, which aerodynamics teams up with noise reduction and also higher fuel economy. Inside of this vehicle, you have a lot of technology right at your fingertips. When you sit down in this car, the thing that just impresses you is everything's within reach. You know, if you can see something, you know it's been intelligently designed. You actually have the capability to touch things and do things without having to move your arm all over the place or to search for the controls. You see how the dock is inside of there where you rest your arm at. You've got a rotary shift for your transmission system in there. Along with that, you've got your heated controls right at your fingertip at the same time. You have two choices on sound systems, actually multiple choices. This one's got the 3.5-inch touchscreen where you can actually integrate your controls right in behind the background there, as well as you have a capability of a 7-inch system available too with one of the largest displays in the category. Inside this vehicle, just putting your hands on the interior of the steering wheel, you can feel the luxury design and also the integrated wood around it makes it completely feel like a top-of-the-line $100,000 sedan, which is very much in anybody's price range. One of the things you also talk about is rear legroom. Inside this vehicle, you've got plenty of legroom for the back passengers, along with air ducts in there to get the heat and cooling right to them quickly moving inside the vehicle. Triple seal designs to make it very much a solid build and also quiet on the interior. Neat thing that they put in this vehicle as well is you have a large trunk area. You can put your luggage inside of that thing without having to worry about finding room to put everything in, baby stroller, groceries, any of the suitcases that you might bring with you as well. LED lamps, but for quicker response, so if you hit your brake light, somebody's going to see them further away in any type of weather, whether there's a glare on it or not. Come around this way, you actually have 8 standard airbags. So one thing is to have a vehicle, but you also want to make sure that your family is safe inside of it as well. With 8 standard airbags, you don't have to worry about side or front impacts. You're going to be protected inside. The technology put in this vehicle, you also have more safety features available on this than anything else. You can have cross-stream detection if you're backing up behind you, blind zone detection if somebody's coming up in that area. Also, if you're going to be setting the cruise, you can actually have brake interruption. So if you have the cruise control set, somebody stops in front of the vehicle and stop as well. And actually, when they take off completely too. All built in, there's more safety features for the integration than any other vehicle in the market. One of the things I found out that when I had a vehicle is I have my wife with me in the car, and whenever we go somewhere, and I'm riding in the vehicle, the purse ended up right on my lap, or she put it down beside me in the seat, and I'd be very uncomfortable. This vehicle actually has an under seat area here. She could stow her purse right down inside there, and it's not in my way right here. One of the things that I really enjoyed about this vehicle too is that I have plenty of legroom inside of there with an ease feeling around the area. If you've got just a few minutes, I tell you, I talk about it a lot. Let's take a few minutes, have you take it for a drive, and see what you think yourself.